Hello, I'm Anna Delman. It is day number 136 of my note writing journey. Today, friends, I needed to start with some admonition, which is not in isolation from encouragement. When we admonish ourselves, it is for good to stop, turn around, and go in another direction, which is the encouraging things to do. So my note, friends, is better place, better conditions. What is your right to have them and to hold on to them? And then I have a huge big question mark. Did you really do the work? Did I really do the work to earn that? A better heart attitude, a better mindset, better graces, better performance, better anything. Did I really put in the work to be able to overcome the discontent when it reared its ugly head? If not, then I need to admonish myself again until I get it right. I need to discipline my mind until I get it right. Discontent does not hide. It will rear its ugly head. And when it does, friends, if you are not doing the work, you will be surprised. But then you shouldn't be surprised at how it reveals your heart attitude to yourself, even if nobody else sees it. To yourself, friends. Yesterday I used an expression, or rather I used a quote. It was by Charles Spurgeon, and I'll paraphrase it again. It's down in the talking points. Had any other situation been better for you or good for you, divine providence would have put you there. You are where you are because God has a purpose with you being there. You may not like where you are, but that is just what is true. So when we accept that as the reality, how do we settle down to accepting it, functioning in it? Yesterday I used 2 Peter 1, starting I think at verse 4, that we need to add to our faith. And when we do that, and I listed a few things: knowledge, perseverance, self-control, all those things need to be added. When that's effectively working, we will be able to grapple with and come to terms with knowing our situation. We need to be content in it because God is teaching us something. It may be where He's teaching you for the rest of your lives, or for another year or 2 months. We do not know, but we accept and trust that. So we need to understand that earnestness, the desire, is a sentiment. It's an emotion. But the diligence, the work we need to put in, is the expression of wanting to bring our hearts into submission with where God has us. If we rush through all of it, it is a pretense. If we're not doing the true work once and for all to overcome, we are image building rather than allowing the character of God to be reflected in what we are doing. So you need to also, as you're working towards change, list your goals. What are you planning to change, and why are you wanting to change? And then as you're working through that, list out some more things. What are those things that are making you discontent? Have you truly examined them, looked at them, and wondered what you can bring about so that you're no longer discontent? Do you like where you are? What do you miss the most about where you were, or what are you missing that you want and you know you'll be having soon, but you still need to be content in your current circumstances? Do you have supportive friends? Do you have a supportive community? Are you supporting them as much as you're hoping they are, expecting them to support you? And friends, when you're out looking to bring changes, remember the red flags, those things that you need to pay attention to not be caught up. Apply wisdom. Furthermore, allow discontent to discipline and propel you forward to achieve your goals and what you want in life. Now, getting back to the conversation of what you've missed about the past. I've used an analogy before, and I will use it again. I have some lilac flowers next to me. I love fragrance, and I love the way they perfume my living environment. It is beautiful, and I like it. That is how I see my life as it was before I moved to this geographical location. I had wonderful friends. I had a wonderful community. I enjoyed the intellectual stimulation, the heart challenges, the spiritual challenges, where people would challenge my spiritual understanding. Iron sharpens iron. It was all remarkable. Then I was brought here, and I didn't have that. I didn't have it for many, many years. I tried finding it, friends. Culturally, I was not able to find a community that was like-minded in what they considered. I met many people who believed that their traditions, their culture should direct them in how they to live out their Christian life, rather than the Word of God direct them. It just wasn't a good fit for me. So I didn't have that fragrance, that aroma. However, friends, God does not place us where He has us for His glory and for us to depend and rely on Him. So what was He teaching me? And I was just thinking the other day, His presence and His perseverance and His preserving of me through the years has been remarkable. So obviously He is giving me a different kind of fragrance that I need to understand and be familiar with. If I'm not seeing it, it's because I'm not smelling right. I'm not discerning correctly. God's presence is deeper, is more understandable, tangible, and we know it when we are in the deep valleys of life. That's where, friend, you find the grasses and the herbs growing, right? So if I'm walking through the valley and my feet are not hitting the herbs and they're not hitting the grasses that are exuding a herb as my feet crush them, I'm sitting still. I'm not moving forward. I'm not trying to move forward with God guiding and leading me, where I do need to then familiarize myself with the different fragrances He allows for me to appreciate, and for others then to see the trust I have in moving forward, and how He's allowed those fragrances to become the sweet aromas that my nose needs to acknowledge to give Him glory. So friends, consider where you're walking. Is your head up in the clouds, up looking up because the beautiful fragrance of lilac trees? Or are you in the valley where you are called to walk step by step behind Him, where you do need to know that that is where you're called to be content, because as your feet crushes the grasses and the herbs, that too has a fragrance, a different one. You do need to learn to appreciate and be thankful and grateful for it. Friends, this is an instruction to me, an admonition to me, hoping to encourage my own heart that tomorrow is another day. And I do need to persevere more and more, because He has preserved me and He will continue to do so for His glory. So until tomorrow, take care and God bless, and we will talk again. Bye-bye for now.